All right, hello and welcome to this very first playthrough of Deathbound. Last time we went through the Akracha's Depths area, which I thought was going to be the last area in the game, and we defeated the Dragon of the Deep. Didn't take that long. And now we're in the Cathedral of Life. We have just arrived at the Cathedral of Life, which, based on this fast travel menu that we now have, appears to be the final area of the game. So we weren't too far off. And we're going to see if we can beat this thing in this video. I think we should probably be able to do it. In case you are interested, before we get started, well, you'll need to watch the end of the last video if you want to see how we got to the Cathedral of Life, because it's a little convoluted. But basically, it's in the higher streets area near one of the phylacteries there. One of the bonfire-type phylacteries. There's a door that is now open. We just happened upon it. And then we just kind of didn't do much exploring. As soon as I saw the door, I ran in here, noticed there were some enemies in the lobby, didn't even engage them, was looking for a phylactery so that I could stop and save and make sure everything was secure.
To speak of beauty in
and then found it here.
How can those spring flowers bloom so magnificently at this time of year?
The plants here bloom as if it was the height of spring all year round. They say it is a blessing of life herself.
Indeed.
In the beginning, there was the goddess Time. Hers was the furnace, heart of creation, the essence of existence. With it, she gave birth to the world, the seas, and the land. Yet even gods may know loneliness, and so Time divided herself into two perfect halves forever bound to each other. From Time's sacrifice, two loving sisters came to be the twin goddess Life and Death.
Do you have siblings, matriarch?
I'm afraid not.
Me and my brother Liv used to torment each other. All the time. Sometimes we hated each other, but we always loved each other.
Death and life were sisters, not rivals. You and your brother still torment one another?
He died. My entire family was killed by the coolest Gomi oppressors.
I'm not necessarily invested on listening to those things in their completion anymore. I feel like we understand enough about if it's a really main story adjacent, I might stand there and listen, but those things are so long. I am kind of curious to know what the deal is with up here. Okay, so that's option one, right? To go up the stairs in that direction. Option two is the elevator, which might be locked. Let's see. Visitor badge required. And then option three is going to be up here. What's up with this situation? So that goes across. We need a visitor badge so we can get into the elevator. Oh, this comes back into the main lobby. Ah. Oh, and there's a ladder over here, too. Excuse me, why am I not doing damage? God damn it. It's fine. Get up. Oh, I need to change from Throne. I don't want Throne anymore. Give me a fucking break! I'll keep him for a minute. He's not bad. If I didn't have Agalos, I might want Theron, because he's the one that probably has the second most weight on his attacks. He staggers a lot, but Agalos staggers more than anybody. Okay, so this looks like it's just another way to get to the same place as those main stairs. Before I go up that ladder, I'm not going to rest because I don't want to fight through these guys again, but I want to know what's over here. Oh, this doesn't go. Okay, so this is different. The only question is, does that office door open? Office hall. Does not open from the side, so that's another... So there is... Yeah, this is a full-on area. Like a full major area. I was thinking that the last place, the depths, was going to be the last of it, but... Nope. And that's okay. I mean, I'm really loving this game. I think it does have a couple of major flaws, but overall, I think... If I had to say right now, I don't think I would say that this is better than another Crab's Treasure. Because I don't think the... Oh, you fucking motherfucker. I don't think the boss fights are as strong. I don't think the combat in general is as strong. Alright, I'm gonna wait for them to shoot their shots. Over here, fellas. You're gonna wait until I'm on the fucking ladder? Let's see. Get back on the ladder. Get back on the fucking ladder. There we go. Oh Christ, so we're gonna die up here for sure. Yeah, was not expecting that. Okay, that's alright. I mean, that was a full-on gank right there. Those are 3 tough... Well, 2 tough enemies and 1 formidable one. Alright, so let's try something else. Let's well, first of all, I want Agalos back. Oh, you know what? 2? I don't have any soda. So yeah, we got Agalos back. That's good. Let's go back into the main lobby. We'll take care of those guys that were shooting me on the ladder, and then we'll see if it works its way up to the same area. It looks like it does. What was that? That keeps happening and I don't know what it is. Oh, there's 2 of them. For a second I was like, why is there only 1? Get up. God damn it. trying to get my healing back up, or my health back up. Team there. And get my sync bar up. That's really mostly what he's good for. Healing the team. Those ranged attacks don't do a ton of damage. Well, they handle regular enemies okay, but they don't do a lot of damage. But they do build a sync bar quickly and heal my allies quickly. My other essences. So this is where I died, right? Yeah, there's my body. So this is another way. Oh, what's that? Is that lightning? So this is another way to get up to the same place. You, sir. Oh, no. Didn't see that guy. Just try not to aggro him if we can help it. That didn't hit him? Give me a fucking break. Alright. Making progress. Making progress. Is this the way forward? Looks like it could be. It also looks like an ambush spot. Let's see what's over here. $58,000 XP already. Jesus Lord. No ambushes? Good. Alright, we don't need to go below us because we've already been there. So this is a dead end. Good. Great. So, our remaining options are, we can go over here, or we can go over to the right. That looks like it might be blocked, but let's find out for sure. This is when Souls-likes are at their best. You're in a brand new area, you have no idea where to go, you don't have a map, you're just following, you're just systematically checking route after route, trying to find the way to the next boss, or the next bonfire, and trying not to die, and trying to make sure that you get all the items. Picking up all the items. Get all the items. So, this is the only way forward. The only thing that we have seen in this church that we have not already been, the only thing that we've seen in this church that we are going to need to come back to at some point is that elevator that requires that badge. That's it. Everything else is ahead of us. This does look like Ambush City right here. I do not trust this hallway at all. I like that this lady staggers. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that. I think I can sneak up on him. Yeah, I didn't figure. So what's going to be through here? we go any further, what do my consumables do? Is there any... So, adds bleeding power. Exploding flasks would be helpful. No, I'm not going to use that. Increases stamina regen. Freezing flasks. Those could be really handy. Sync gain, probably wouldn't use that. Jar of Strength. I have 18 of those. Freeze tolerance. Bleeding tolerance. Ignores poise damage. Fire. A fire throwable. Increased spell power. Increased ranged power. Physical ranged power. Clears corruption and increased corruption tolerance. Burning tolerance. And I'm never going to use that. Okay, this is nothing I'm going to need before, but the next boss fight I might consider equipping some of those, depending on what like element they're using. Be handy. All right, I'm just trying not to aggro more than one guy. So let's see if we can get this shit stuff. Do you want to get involved over here, bud? Oh shit! No. These guys already see me right now. Don't care about those. The healing in this game is basically worthless. I haven't found it to be useful at all. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something that could make it useful, but I have not figured out how to use it. Alright, we're back up to full, pretty much. Love it. That's how you heal. Lifesteal. It's really the only dependable way to heal in this game. 80k now. Alright, well, let's see where this goes. Up or down? Up. Hey, look at that. Love to see that kind of thing. Alright, I just wanted to see if it was someplace we'd already... Make sure it wasn't someplace we'd already been before I rested. Reset all the enemies. What's this? Max health defenses and overheat damage. Poise tolerances and defenses. Stamina block. No, about that. Range power, critical bonus, and reload speed. Oh, morph speed, health, and tolerance. What you got going on down here? Casting speed, ranged power, heat. Ranged power, poison, defenses. Max health, attack weight, and overheat damage. That was not horrible. Max health and attack weight would be bad. I have enough for another one. I'm about to. $29,206. Alright. Alright, let's see what we can do here. The only guy I need to worry about in here? When am I going to be able to target you? Oh my fucking god. Really? Go kill that guy upstairs real quick. Oh! Knew that was coming. Why did I... Could have done a much better job there. Let's go... you. Has this man forgotten about us? Why didn't I use my sync bar? It was definitely full when I did the morph strike. Whatever. Sometimes I guess it just doesn't. Maybe that's a perk I have that I forgot I bought. Whatever. Huh? Oh, Jesus. Alright. Whoops. When am I going to be able to target this guy? Thank you. Yeah, I'm done. Oh, we're on... Okay, so I can see the floor on the doors. So what are we, on the 7th floor now? Office hall? What is that? There's some giant... Oh, yeah. Yes, there is. Can he follow me in here? Let's find out. Yep. Oh, nope. Oh, yep. Shit. Over. Okay, alright. I got a little dicey, but we're alright. That guy's not gonna get up? What even is that? Oh, it's one of those tall dudes. He just looks a little weird. More weirder than usual. I got a big shield boy up there, and then one of those mage essence mancer looking guys. Oh shit! Hi! Didn't see you there. Trying to fucking switch. Fucking hate these bitches. Alright. We are somehow still alive. Fuck, overloaded. Ah, shit! Damn it! I was trying to switch. Ah, fuck. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna have to fight back through. Not too much. In fact, I probably can run through a lot of this. Not all of it. Let's see. I don't think I should have to fight this guy. Oh! That hurt, though. I bet I can get through all these. I bet none of those guys will follow, right? Yeah, so we got this guy. Is he coming? Somebody's stepping on something. Are they coming up here? Please don't. Was that you, sir? Okay, no, just... Oh shit, okay, alright. You know what I'm gonna do real quick? I'm gonna go get my body. Where is it? There it is. Now I'm stuck. That happens a lot in this game. Alright, get me out of here. Okay, but... Can I have a second, please? Whatever. Oh no, we're in trouble now. And I'm stuck again. Man, that happens a lot. Alright, we're okay. We have all our XP. I don't know how we got through that, but we did. And we've already got this guy, right? So he's already been handled? Alright, we're doing well. Doing okay. We're back. We're back up to where we were before we died. Plus a couple of enemies. Alright, what's next? Shortcut would be cool. What's this door? Did I check this already? Not a thing. Let's let them sleep for a minute. Oh, God. Okay, I'll tell you what. I don't want to get that guy involved. That guy's gonna start firing down on me. I can't... Why can't I target... Oh, there. That aggro anything else? No. Why can't you fucking dodge, Nick? Come on, buddy. Alright, that's good. That went well. Oh shit. Oh, yeah, reload. Doesn't go anywhere. Those waterfalls are still on, huh? After however many hundreds of years of these... I mean, how long has it been since civilization crumbled? Alright, now we can take these guys on. Gonna have to. Oh, good. It takes him a minute to get up. Excellent. That worked out really well. That bleed damage, baby. Love that. We're about to hit 100k XP. This looks like it might be a shortcut back. No, that's the way forward. I was looking at that door over there. Is there... Okay. You need a shortcut. So it came to love. So it came to pass that life's borrowed deaths...
This one should be called betrayal, yes?
Okay, am I talking or are you? I hate it when they do voiceovers when you pick up lore. It's like, I'd like to... Am I reading the lore or not?
I can't help feeling a bit sympathetic.
Are we done? Okay. So it came to pass that life borrowed death's eternal essence with the promise that all things of it would eventually perish and return to her cold embrace. Together, life and death populated the world with many living creatures of all shapes and sizes, yet life knew something to be amiss. Unbeknownst to her grim sister, life brought mankind into existence, beloved overall, as she made her fulfill children immortal, forever out of reach of death. I'm not going to read the lore anymore. Forget it. That's a good soundbite to add after you close the lore. Then we hear that. Because I didn't get the context for what they were talking about, because I hadn't read the lore yet. That's how those are usually handled in well-made games. Like in The Last of Us, if you pick up lore, after you close out of the lore, then Ellie might say, like, oh, that's weird, or, you know, whatever that line is that she's, you know, got prepared after that lore read. Man, that's really sad, or whatever the situation is. I'm just dealing with regular enemies here. Another elevator. Gonna be something in the elevator? That would be funny. Wait. Oh. Maybe that mysterious pursuer? Did we ever figure out what the deal was with that guy? Federal Government Headquarters. Life's Cathedral. Okay, well, we haven't been here yet because there's an item here. Visitor badge. Let's go. So is this going to bring us back? Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Alright, let's buy some more levels. These might be the last levels we buy. Possible. The final boss could be at the top of this. Life and morph speed and tolerance doesn't feel like a bad value. No, I don't want to cancel up. What now? I'm taking this all the way to the top. Only a 10-floor building, apparently. Looks like a lot more than that from outside.
Or are we just passengers along for the ride?
And why can't it be both? Even a small thought, word, or action may help shape an idea after all.
I have always prided myself as a creature of intellect. Even hampered by this condition, if a piece of my mind may still serve my ideals, I will not hesitate.
Enough with this shite. I hate being stuck with you sorry lot, but as long as we keep splitting skulls, I ain't complaining much.
You're a disgrace to our faith, and you know that.
Nay, I'd say I was perhaps her most devout follower, love. Spreading her grace like no other bloke in the church.
Perhaps there's no right answer. I'm tired of my faith battling my heart. Maybe the struggle is what matters. The endless cycle of life and death.
So we may have no control whatsoever and are just what? Following an otherworldly conscience's every whim.
I mean, it's better than nothing. Isn't it? At least you have... Never mind. Okay, we're getting another phylactery already. That tells me that this is it. I'm not going to spend all the rest of my stuff and all that yet, but... that's gotta be it, right? So what's in here? That looks like it could be a boss fight arena, but it's hard to say for sure. What is... that's where we came from. I was thinking it was where the devil doors are, but... oh, so maybe... okay, so maybe... does not open from the side, so we're not done yet. Okay, give me a second.
Next up is Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn at number 4. As a huge fan of Souls-likes, I came into this expecting to have a lot of fun, and I did, but I also have to admit it's got some flaws. Design-wise, everything was impressive. The game looked and sounded great, the voice acting was on point, and the story, while not entirely unique, went in some very interesting directions. And the side quests are actually meaningful. I usually don't bother, but if you're gonna give me more health or awesome gear every time I finish one, sure, I'll do a few. The combat has a ton of...
Alright. Does not open from this side. Okay. Okay, so my current guess is that we can't get through this door for some reason. Because of something that we need to get that's in through that other area. Is that correct? Wait. Inoperative. Missing part. So we need to get something that's gonna go through here, and it's gonna loop us around. We're gonna get that part, and then that'll be it. This might be a boss room, like a, not the final boss room, but there might be something that's gonna attack us. I bet there is. Is it gonna trigger when we pick that up? Oh, maybe not. Perfect dodges grant plus 10 health for inactive essences. 18% damage power when at full health. Oof. What do we have right now? 22% melee power, 16% defenses. I'm gonna keep what I have. It's very good, though. Okay, I was wrong. That I really thought that was going to be a boss fight room. It's a very important looking room. Jesus. It's all this. I just feel like I'm gonna get jumped. It's too quiet. Why did my controller just vibrate? Is it just the lightning?
I can't.
What?
What do you mean you can't?
Ito, you were chosen by none other than the lady herself.
Her very essence resides within you, for death's sake. All she had left.
The fate of the entire world rests on your shoulders.
This is a mistake. You don't understand. You can't. You don't know what it feels like.
Seize him!
No. Wait. I'm not ready. I want to live. I'm Nino Hidetaka!
They just pushed him. Oh.
Well, what do you know?
The prophet refused. Refused the gift of death.
And just like that, humanity became mortal overnight.
He rejected it.
Let us not waver in our faith.
It only strengthens mine.
How so?
In the end, finitude brings goodness.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so this guy.
Speaking of finitude,
So are we gonna be able to kill this guy? The vessel. Alright. I got some good shots in there. Okay, that's horrible dodging Agros. Or Agalos. I say his name wrong a lot. Oh, what? Oh, I thought... that did hit me. Bullshit. Shit, I overheated. Heal my characters. Oh, fuck you. That doesn't do enough damage. Right. Let's go! Got you! 2.09%. Embrace. Truly defeat your nemesis. We actually got that bastard. I fucking hated that guy too. Oh, I thought we were gonna absorb him for a second. I wouldn't mind fighting as him. You gonna give me a weapon? No. Ain't no weapon gear in this game. What's happening right now? What's happening right now? What is this? What's happening? Oh, okay. Very clever. First try, baby. That felt good. He wasn't that bad. His dodges, or his moves were pretty easy to dodge, and you could just back up. If he was unkillable, like he was a couple of areas ago, that would have been a lot worse. What's all this? Have we been separated? That wasn't the final... No, that wasn't the final boss. So are we going to get the part that we need now? And Circle of Freedom. What is that? Every 1% health lost from attacks. Health lost from attacks? The multiple enemies thing is interesting, but it's not a boss killer. I'll just keep what I have. Although, you know, I really don't need this anymore. Let's get rid of that. Grant sync. Health lost from attacks. Okay, so it's just saying if you lose health from, like, poison, it doesn't count toward it. So what is it? Decays heat. Alright. Good. We're ready. I might change that ring once we get to an actual final boss. Or okay, so what's this room? Is this where we came from? No. It's another phylactery. Forbidden technology. So that's the item. Wait. Oh, this one's broken. Or corrupted or something. This glow makes it look like there's an item over here. Is that not true? Alright, whatever. Yep. Okay. I know I've said this several times now, but I think this might be it. Let's take some more levels. Morph, or sync gain might be good. Is there anything else that will give us sync gain? Max health and attack weight. Level 70. Alright, which items are equipped? Oh, it should does it not show? So it's that one and that one. Yeah, it doesn't show which ones are equipped. Does it? I'm missing something. No, it definitely doesn't. Let me give some more thought to this. What is going to help me the most in a final boss fight? Health lost from attacks grants sync. What else? Enemy death is not going to help me in a boss fight unless it's a gank fight, like a horde fight. Stamina regen below 50% health. Reduces Essence's heat by 4% and 20% max poise. That can help me in a boss fight. Consuming an item. Maybe. Let's think about that. Damage power while afflicted. Magic attacks. We're not really using much of that. 15% morph strike. That one's not bad. So what do we have right now? Health gains sync. Health lost gains sync. Whatever that item is, I don't know what Forlorn Hope is, but we don't have it. Yeah. Okay, so I'd like to upgrade those now, because I think this is as far as we go. I think. And even if it's not. So, okay, so which items are? It's the melty looking one and this one. Alright. Is that what I landed on? Being the best one? Lost health gain sync. Yeah, it makes sense. But what was this other one? Dealing damage reduces heat. I'm gonna keep that one. Final answer. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. How stupid. Am I missing where it says which one's equipped on here? So, more Morph Strike. Or more Sync Gain. Or Morph Strike. So this thing, 100 health. How much health do I have? So we need to save those. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's just leave it at that for now. but I want to use the one that's above that. Yeah, this one heals 100 or 100 health. That's decent. All right. Used forbidden tech. Can this be the end?
Rest assured, Alona, knowing that all your occult secrets lie in our far more capable hands.
What? You're going to bring immortality back to us?
Surely not to everyone. That's a child's pursuit. Please. Eternity isn't meant for men. It's a divine right, or a burden to be carried by those who pledge to serve the true eternal.
Oh, that's grand. I never thought you'd be the type to deceive yourself.
And what about you, Aluna? As a devotee of life,
Am I gonna have some kind of a choice to make, I wonder?
It doesn't have to be here. The essence monsters had to be wiped, but you can still join me. Under my leadership, immortality can be within your reach.
Who would have thought that some fates could be worse than death?
Oh, you have no...
Nice.
I knew I could count on you.
Well, can it still be done?
With your assistance, there's a chance.
I'll never forgive myself for letting him go this easily.
It may have lacked finesse, but it's satisfactory for me.
Is some monstrous abomination going to come out of that thing and be the final boss? This has got to be the end. The story's cool. It's a cool story. It's more unique than I initially thought. I was like, okay, medieval stuff, wearing people around modern looking buildings. We've seen this before, but as the story has gone on, it's become more interesting. It's not perfect. It's not like one of the best stories, but it's definitely intriguing. Very intriguing. Yeah, this is gonna birth some kind of horrible beast that I have to destroy, right? Is she gonna turn into a monster, or something's gonna come out of that giant Iron Maiden, isn't it? That's what I figured. What's that? Yeah, what's in that? Did anybody ask about that yet? That'd be my first question. What's in the giant Iron Maiden?
It will not work.
Aluna! What are you doing?
She thinks she can stabilize it with more power.
Much more!
What have we done?
Fucking shit show.
Did it not work? It looks like it worked to me. Oh. Oh. Jump and catch it, Throne. Those texture pop-ins. Surely there's another fight. There's gotta be. They wouldn't put a giant Iron Maiden there for nothing, right? There's something's coming out of that. Yeah, okay.
That's no longer a
Nope, it looks like it's a mythical tyrant. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, that has a follow-up. Okay, great. Alright, that's fine. Dodge first, Nick. Dodge first. He will make you pay if you don't dodge first. There you go. Shit. Damn it. I switched to the wrong guy. We did a lot of damage to him, though. Look at that. Alright, give me just a second.
In Super Mario Land. I've been playing a lot of older games lately, and the Mario entries are some of my very favorites, but this one isn't quite up to the same standard. I get that it's a Game Boy launch title, and I'm old enough to remember that it would have been extremely impressive to have a full game like this available on the go given the technical limitations of the era. But the fact is, most Game Boy companion games like this are very basic versions of their console counterparts, and playing them side by side in 2024, they just aren't as impressive. And it doesn't help that I'm playing on a much larger...
Okay, couple of things. I'm going to keep that equipped. But I'm also going to equip these. I feel like we've got enough healing that we could maybe just heal our way to victory here. Just tank him, you know? Honestly, actually, let's just remove this. And then how much do these things grant health-wise? I mean, XP-wise. 3,000 experience, and I have 21 of them. That's 60,000. Those are worthless. What about these? I'll tell you what. Let's just, let's get close, and if we get close, then we'll heal. He's just gonna be hanging out here? Yeah. What's up, bud? Why can I attack you from so far away? That's not hitting him. Well, that's a two-way street, apparently. that bleed going. I'm gonna need to, Did that hit? Oh yeah, hell yeah it did. Yeah, we earned that. Why are we not locked on anymore? What the fuck? God, he's got such... You almost got you bastard. Yeah, you've got a second phase, don't you little bastard? Yeah. Finally, boy, they finally played that card. What's he doing? What are you gonna do with that? Oh, shit. Shit. Why didn't it? Okay. Worth it. Oof. Trying to dink and dunk him to death. And trying to heal, too. Get fucked. Are you dead or what? Come on. So what? What are we doing here? Do I have to destroy these or something? Oh, I probably should pick up my souls. Seriously, what are we doing here? Okay, so that doesn't feel like phases. That feels like he's just immortal. Like the name on the... like the moniker says. I mean, we beat him twice. I thought that was it. Is there something I have to do? Or do I just have to beat him a certain number of times? He appears to be getting his power from these things. I can't even reach these things. I'll try to beat him 3 times, but after that, I'm gonna start asking some questions. I'm gonna look it up, is what I mean. shit. Alright, now what? So what do I do now? Is there something I need to do? That's like 800, Nick. Don't pick that up again. What? Okay, so his moves do vary slightly in this. Oh shit. Okay, I didn't know he could do that. What the fuck was that? Ah, Christ. I'm gonna look it up, because I don't want to waste time. And well, is it even on the internet? Let's find out if it's even on the internet. No, not Earthbound Final Boss. No. There's not a typed walkthrough, there's a video. Do you just have to kill him a certain number of times? I can't tell from this. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's try to kill him a third time. There's not... It seems like the game is telegraphing that he's getting power from those obelisks. But... you can't destroy those things. You can't target them. If you could target them, I would understand. I would immediately be like, okay, we need to... somehow we need to kill the obelisks. I'm not doing damage. shit. I mean, we fucking wrecked him. Can that be good enough? Let's just run. Don't get too far, though, because they'll just... start doing that shit. No. See, why isn't he... Oh, fuck off! God damn it. Give me a second.
Of a 2D action platformer, but the controls that make for great combat don't translate well to exploration, and probably the worst part of the game is simply getting from point A to point B with the slow and imprecise climbing and jumping. All in all, Tales of Iron is well worth playing if you love great combat and tricky boss fights, and now I can't wait to play the upcoming sequel set to release later this year.
Just missing the number.
Like most bosses in this game, I believe it has a baked-in flaw, and the baked-in flaw is different of each one. I think there might have been one that I really liked that I didn't have a problem with, but the flaw in this one is that it's unclear what. Usually, if a boss has 2 or even 3 or even 4 phases, something happens between the phases that make you go like, "Oh, well now he's stronger, or he's different somehow." That's not happening here, and it's pretty frustrating. So I just don't. It makes it seem his name is the Immortal, and he just keeps getting up. It makes it seem like he just... like I'm doing something wrong. Like there's something special, a special way I have to kill him, which still is possible. What's all this? God, can you chill for a second? So... it seems sometimes the animations seem different. Like, is he... Fuck you. Damn it. See what triggered that? Still taking damage. Oh shit, I can't fucking target him? Well, now I'm not gonna be able to see where I'm going. This is fucked up, isn't it? So, like, what's up, man? Oh, we haven't seen this. Okay, so that changes things a little bit, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, this is different. Does he have, like, corruption power or something? Oh shit. Get. God damn it! I was trying to fucking. Okay, alright. So now we know what to do, though. We just needed to kill him enough times. And we've almost got him. This guy's not that bad. And most of his moves are dodgeable. And actually, you know what the thing about this guy that actually makes him really reasonable? He doesn't do that much damage. I've noticed I'm getting hit over and over. It's not like I'm dodging every one of his moves. I'm getting hit over and over again. But I'm doing enough damage that I'm healing fast enough that I can juggle my... Oh shit, right out the gate with that one, huh? That hasn't happened yet. Or did it? Did it happen once? He might have done that once. Get that sync bar up, baby. Fuck off. Fuck. That sucks. What happened? Alright, we're doing okay. What? What are you doing? You need to dodge that, Nick. Shit. I shouldn't have used that there. That's alright. It's okay. Sure, we'll take our essence, why not? Can I target him again, please? Oh, fuck! Oh, Jesus. Okay, alright. It's okay, it's alright, it's alright. We'll figure this out. We've almost had him a couple... Well, we almost had him that one time. Okay, let me retract a little bit what I said about that baked-in flaw. It is a little bit... It is a baked-in flaw, but it's not as grand a flaw as I thought. It's just his when he morphs to his first phase, being named the Immortal, he just seems like he's unkillable. So I feel like that is a bit of a weird telegram. Excuse me. There we go. But once his second phase starts, it's not that bad. It's more clear. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Fucking motherfucker. Oof. Okay, alright, alright. You gonna let me target him again? Oh shit. Shit. Damn it, did I hit him? No. Get up, get up. What is this shit? What are you doing over there? Oh, this fucking guy. Good, at least I'm targeting him now. Nope. Give me a break. Hit him one more time. Seriously. Alright. Oh shit. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Oof. Did that kill him? No, good. When I can't see my fucking character, makes things a little bit harder. Fuck. Let's fucking go. I got your ass. Got the achievement and everything. 1.78%, baby. Finish the game. Finish the game. By trusting Alerna's plan. Finish the game. 2.07%. Destroy the avatar of life. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that guy. That sounds like maybe we're gonna get the good ending. Maybe. I don't get a lot of good endings. Finish the game. That's my kind of achievement. Love that. Love that for me.
The church's reign of terror will persist. Now, stronger than ever.
One day it shall end. That is the fate of all things.
What are you limping about, Throne? I wasn't even using you. I was just looking at my 2024 rankings, trying to figure out where I'm going to put this. Looking at the other Souls-likes I've beaten this year. Is Rise of the Ronin a Souls-like? Because that's probably in the neighborhood of how much I enjoyed it, so I don't know if I would put it over that or not. Well, we'll save this for the... for the end. So what, did we just fade out of existence or something? Our purpose has been fulfilled. The butterflies are a nice touch. Did we do it? Is that it? What was that? Is that it? Did we do it? Let's go, baby! Let's go! Credits, love it. Alright, let's let's talk about the ups and downs of Deathbound, shall we? So first off, I want to start by saying that Souls-likes... What is this noise? Souls-likes are one of my favorite genres. It has an argument for being my favorite genre. So it doesn't take much for me to enjoy one. I pretty much always enjoy them. There are just a couple of exceptions ever. So I was pretty sure I was going to enjoy this, especially once I got into it a little bit and realized, like, this is a real Souls-like. There have been a lot of games I've played recently that have Souls-like elements, but aren't really Souls-likes. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, Rise of the Ronin, Tales of Iron, games with Souls-like elements, but it's like, yeah, they maybe have slow, deliberate combat, but they don't have a universal leveling system, or they don't have bonfires, or maybe they don't have a stamina system, or maybe they don't have, whatever, fill in the blank. This game has all of that. It has the universal leveling currency, it has the corpse run, it has the slow, deliberate combat, it's got it all. It's the bonfires, it's the whole package. This is what I would call a true Souls-like. First of all, love that. I know that Blueprint is a little played recently, but I still love it. And I think overall this game does an excellent job. I think overall this is I'm going to go ahead and go as far as to say that this is a great game. It's not a masterpiece. It's not perfect. It's got some definite, obvious flaws, but I think it transcends those enough. The good points of this game transcended enough that this is an excellent game. And let me tell you why. So the base, when it comes to the basics, level design, exploration, leveling, level progression, the skill tree is awesome. The combat is mostly satisfying. I have a couple of nitpicks, but it's mostly very satisfying. Just the basics are there for a good, if you like real Souls-likes, like the FromSoft games, like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, games like Chronos Before the Ashes, Steel Rising, Thymesia. These are real Souls-likes, right? They've got everything about them. The only thing about this that's not really Souls-like is that the levels are fairly linear. It's pretty linear. There's a little bit of backtracking, but it's mostly pretty linear. But outside of that, it's very much a Souls-like, and it's a very good one. It's got some good boss fights. Again, we'll get to more of that in a second, but it's got some good boss fights. It's got good combat. But what really makes this game stand out is the class-changing system, the party-based system, I believe is how it's been referred to by the developers. Where if you've ever played Mortal Shell, it's a lot like that, where you've got different, basically, classes that you can equip that have different, totally different types. It's like classes. Like there's like a mage, there's a crusader, there's a monk, there's a rogue. It's most of them actually are quite standard classes. Like it's very obviously a certain class. There are a couple of exceptions, but and you pick them up as you go throughout the game. So you start with one, and then an hour into the game, maybe you'll get a second one, and then another hour you get a third one, and it just goes on like that until you have all of them. It's no, we're not going to touch that. It's and it is. So if you ever played Mortal Shell, it's interesting to have those different types of builds. But this goes way further than Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell, it's the same move set. They just have better certain perks about them that make them better in certain situations. These are completely different classes. And more importantly, you can change... In Mortal Shell, you had to go to a bonfire if you wanted to switch between one and the other, and then you were stuck with that one until you either died or you got to another bonfire. This game, you change it on the fly. You just pick with the D-pad which one you want to be, and you can have up to 4 equipped at a time, and it is fun as hell to roll up on a group of enemies, start out with a ranged guy who's shooting poison at them, and then once they get closer, you switch to your enemy that does, or your character that does a lot of bleed damage with their lance, and you're lancing them, and then when you get a good bleed damage in, you switch to your rogue, and they're doing poison damage with their daggers, and then to do the final kill, you switch to your heavy hitter with his giant hammer, and you do that all against one enemy, and it's a lot of fun. And then in boss fights, it's crazy, especially later in the game when you've got so many to juggle between. I'm doing a couple of moves, and then I'm switching to a different class, and it's important to switch because they all have their own health and stamina too. So you exhaust the stamina on one, and then you switch to another one, exhaust the stamina on that one. Or if they get hit a few times, then you switch back. And when you're doing damage with one, it's doing lifesteal for all the others. So it's important. There's no real healing system in this game. That's another thing. There's no Estus flask or anything like that. There's something that's kind of like it, but it just redistributes health among your characters. It's not like it just heals you. There are a couple of consumable items that do that, but there's not really healing in this game. The way you heal is you switch to one of your characters that's still high on health, do a bunch of damage, and then that heals your other characters. So you can get by indefinitely as long as you're doing enough damage and not taking too much. And that's a lot of fun to manage. I really, really enjoyed managing that. It's a really cool idea. I've never seen it done quite that way before. And I really, really thought it was a lot of fun, especially when you're in the heat of like a boss battle and you're just switching in between. It's a lot of fun to do that. And they all have their own moves, so they're all very different. The classes are very different, way more than something like Mortal Shell. So I loved that. And that's probably the heart of what makes this game great. I think that's the best thing about it, and it's a pillar of the game, is switching between those characters is a lot of fun, managing all their abilities, exploring levels, and just getting into fights with random enemies, and switching between your classes, and then finding the boss of the area, and then doing all of that. That's a lot of fun, and it's at the heart of what I really, really loved about this game. Is the combat when you're in it is a lot of fun. Well, I touched on a few things. The skill tree is really cool because it's almost kind of a Path of Exile thing, but not nearly as complicated, where it's got your different characters in different parts of the skill tree, and you can, if you put into this thing, it doesn't just benefit that character, but it benefits the stats that is important to that character, like maybe blocking or poise or ranged damage, depending on who it is, or spell casting. So the skill tree was really awesome. Again, the level design was fairly linear, but for a linear type Souls-like, I thought it was quite good. There's a lot of open up the shortcut so you can get back to the bonfire kind of situations, and that's always satisfying to find those doors that you can circle back to and rest. All that's there. Lies of P was another game that was really good at that too, with the level design and circling back and finding shortcuts. This has a lot of that. If you liked Lies of P level design, it was very similar, I thought. All right, so let's talk about some critiques. The combat is a little bit wonky in some spots. It's not too bad. There are some games like Withering Rooms is a really good example of there's not really a good blocking system or dodging system, so you're just kind of always taking damage, and so it's really just about who can kill who first. There's a little tinge of that in this game because some of the tougher enemies and some of the bosses, they don't stagger, so even if you find a window to attack, like if you wait for them to attack, dodge it, or block it, or whatever, and then attack, they're going to attack again right after that, so you're just going to get hit. There's a little bit of that. I will admit I didn't get really into the parrying in this game. Sometimes I do get into parrying, and sometimes I don't. This game, it didn't seem as important, so I didn't really, and it was hard. The parrying window is tight in this game, so I just didn't bother. I just focused on dodging, and that worked out for me. But without any of that knowledge, it seemed to me like it's not really about avoiding damage in this game. It's about doing enough damage that you're healing your other characters so that you're keeping enough health despite taking damage. And that's okay. That's not bad. It's just it's not quite as satisfying when you feel like you can't really master a fight. There probably is a way to do it, especially with parrying, but like, how do you do no damage runs in games like that? You know, I like knowing that there's a way that it could be done. Like, I could totally kick a boss's ass and not take any damage. I'll never get that good at a single game, but I like feeling like that could be possible. And in a lot of Souls-likes, that does feel the case. It doesn't really feel like that here, but it's baked into the premise. It's because of the way that this game is designed. It's not really, this game rewards aggression because damage is healing. So that's your only real healing. But that was a little frustrating at times. It's like, well, I couldn't have avoided damage there, so he killed me because I went into that with that character and he was too low on health, and that was the mistake I made. It's not that I could have dodged better or something. As far as the boss fights in this game go, I think the boss fights are actually one of the weaker spots of this game. There have been a lot of quasi-Souls-likes I've played lately that, like, the bosses are the highlights. Tales of Iron, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. Those games have some problems, but the boss fights are where they really shine. I don't feel like that with this game. I feel like where they really shine is when you're just dealing with the levels. There were a couple bosses that I thought were very good, but again, I kept falling into this trap of like, well, there's not really any way to take damage, so I just have to see if I can damage them faster than they can damage me, so that I can heal my other characters, and it just ends up being a little bit of just a race to who can break the other glass cannon first. So I thought that was a little frustrating with the bosses. Some of the bosses I just thought were formatted strangely, maybe even badly. There's a gank fight in this. And it was the hardest boss in the game. Usually the hardest boss in a Souls-like is my favorite. The hardest boss in this game was not my favorite. It was definitely my least favorite because you're fighting two and they're just cornering you. Another issue was there were some crazy difficulty spikes in this game. Actually, there was one major difficulty spike about a third of the way through. If you've ever played Thymesia, which is another short but very good Souls-like, very hard. In certain areas of that game, it's like every enemy you come across is no slouch. And they're, but in the second level, it's like every enemy is just brutal to get through, and you're getting through by the skin of your teeth. This game has that, where it's like suddenly you're in this new area, and it's like, there are no regular enemies. Every enemy is basically a mini-boss. There were 2 times in this game where it did that. And when it gets to the point where when you see a regular enemy or even a mob of regular enemies, it's a fucking mercy, because it's like, good, I don't have to. It's basically mini boss after mini boss after mini boss. And it's hard, man, because you're carrying a bunch of XP around that you don't want to lose if you die. And you've been going for a while. And then you look down an alleyway and you see 3 giant enemies in a row. And it's like, how am I going to should I just turn around and go turn in my XP? And have to fight through the 3 mini bosses I already killed. It's not necessarily a critique, but I do think it's less than ideal to have these huge difficulty spikes. I think the best Souls-likes are a little bit better at pacing. Like, they'll really put you through the ringer for a couple of enemies or for a stretch of time, and then they'll give you a little bit of a break, and it kind of blends together a little bit better. This game was like, the second area, I didn't die once outside of the boss fight. And then the third area, I could not stop dying. So there was just a little bit of a balance issue there. Also, we talked about the boss fights. We talked about the difficulty spikes. There were some bugs. The game crashed on me a couple of times. So there's an issue where when you're often fighting more than one thing. All the time in this game, the camera is just all over the place. So if you're fighting one thing, it's probably fine. You're locked onto them, whatever, your camera will follow them, unless you get like in a corner or something. But like if you're fighting 2 or more, good luck. Because even if you're just focused on one, the guy that's in your periphery over here is affecting the camera too. And it's just nuts. You just kind of have to see it. The camera is pretty bad, I would actually say. Like Demon Souls kind of bad, you know, where it's just like jank and it's kind of just going over. It's like, oh, suddenly I'm in a wall and I can't see anything. Or it's like the enemy is between my character and the camera and I can't see. There's a lot of that. And the camera just whips around like crazy. There's a boss fight where there's multiple targets on the boss that you can lock onto. Every time you change the lock on, it's like, well, first of all, it's hard to even do that. But beyond that, every time you change it, it's like the camera will just go, what? It doesn't really need to do that. It just needs to change here to here. But the camera doesn't really understand the lock on. It just gets a little crazy sometimes. And then if you're fighting more than one enemy, it's very easy for you to get stuck in corners, stuck in walls. There's like a fucking vase next to the wall, and the 2 enemies are right here, and you'll dodge into the vase, and then it seems like you can dodge past it or through it or around it, but you just can't. And it's like, the vase is like 2 feet away from me, and I still just can't dodge. Like the dodge isn't going anywhere. And because the hitbox on this fucking vase is like, has forgotten its place. There's a lot of that. So you don't want to get trapped in corners. But there's a lot of areas in this game where it's just I said the level design was great. I have to add an asterisk to that. There are lots of times where you're just in a hallway. Because you're in a modern setting in this game where you're just like in an office building. And you're fighting these giant enemies. And you don't have any room to move around. And the camera doesn't either. And it's a lot of the camera just not knowing what the fuck it's doing. So there's a lot of narrow passages and alleyways and hallways and things like that in this game, but it's just rough to get through. But that brings me, and I'll end here. That brings me back to one thing I haven't talked about this thing that's good. This game that's good. So this game does that thing where it's like, oh, you're like medieval dressed like knights and stuff, like you're like medieval looking, but you're in a modern setting where you're in like an office building or a city, and there's like Toyotas burning that you're walking by. I've seen that before in games, but this game started with that premise. It's very like, if you've played Chronos Before the Ashes or even Remnant, it's a little bit like that. But this game with the story takes it in a very interesting direction from there. The backdrop that it starts off with, it's interesting, but I've seen it before. But the story that evolves when you're figuring out like why you're linked with all these characters and you can switch between them and like like the histories behind all of them. The story goes in some very interesting places. I wouldn't call it one of the best Souls-like stories I've ever seen or anything, but it is interesting. A lot of times in a Souls-like, the story is just like, whatever, who cares? And this game was able to transcend that, and I thought that was really cool. All right, I'll shut up about it. I think overall, I think this is a great game. When it comes to where I'm going to rank it, the question that I was asking myself toward the end was, is this the best Souls-like I've played of 2024? Is this the best Souls-like of 2024? And really the only thing that's in the way of that statement is Another Crab's Treasure, because that game was amazing. I don't think I liked it quite. I reserve the right to change my mind when I actually rank it, but I don't think that I liked it quite as much as Another Crab's Treasure. Another Crab's Treasure was very flawed too, but overall it was excellent. And I think the boss fights were better. The overall combat was probably better. So it's just going to be a matter of whether I can weigh that against the whole like morphing in and out of class thing, because that's something that this brings to the table that game really didn't. It had the shell system, but so I'm going to have to think about it. But this game is going to rank high. Souls-likes usually do, but this one's going to rank up there. I really, really liked it. I think I might have liked it more than Mortal Shell. I'll have to think about it. But I really, really, really enjoyed this game. All right, last order of business. No, we're not starting a new game cycle. We have seen the credits. That's all we need to see. So Deathbound, it has been fun. A lot of fun. But we are now going to delete you from our console and never play you again. Bye! Thank you. You were awesome. Love you. Peace. Alright, that's it for Deathbound. Just brief roadmap. I keep forgetting to do this because I've changed the order of how I do this at the end of the recording now. Before I delete the game, I'm going to do this next time. But I need to change the number of games that I've completed. So the bottom center of the screen says that we've beaten 73 games in 2024 and 520. Since we started doing this in 2020, those numbers are now wrong. We've now beaten 74 games in 2024 and 521 since we started doing this in 2020. Let's go. All right, brief roadmap for the next few days in case you're interested. You probably aren't, but who knows? Today is August 11th, 2024, so we still have 9 days before the next new game comes out, which is Black Myth Wukong. I was thinking I might play a game called Skelethrone that came out on August 7th, but I think I've decided I'm going to wait on that. I don't know if I don't know. It kind of looks like blasphemous Metroidvania Souls-like kind of thing, which kind of looks cool, but I don't know if I want to play that right after this. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to play Balatro. Apparently it's one of the best games of the year, if not the best game of the year. I didn't even hear about it when it came out, which is surprising to me because I've got my ear pretty close to the ground on that kind of stuff these days. But I didn't even hear about it, and it's fucking taking Metacritic by storm. So I'm going to play that, I think. I'd like to play that before the year's out, so I might as well get it out of the way now. And then if we have time, I think I'd like to play Gears 4. I need to get through the Gears of War series before the new one comes out next year. Well, presumably next year. So I think I'm going to play Gears of War 4. And then if we have time before the 20th, we might play one short retro game, Sonic Spinball, probably. That's the next short retro game on my list. So, and then we'll play Black Myth Wukong, and then as soon as we beat that, we'll play Dustborn, and then by the time we beat that, it'll probably be time for Gory Cuddly Carnage. And then we'll be into September. All right, so that's it. If you're still here and you watched the whole video, or even if you watched the very end, thank you. Appreciate you. It means a lot to me. I will see you on the next one, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.